Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
That was my first sit.
Ever.
If this...
All right.
Get situated.
There's
This is our first time.
there's a board that runs perpendicular to the table right in the
Right.
center here
Right.
that I'm just straddling, and
I've kneecapped myself several times on camera. Just tried to
yeah,
pretend. it
you
didn't
just got to
happen.
be careful.
Yeah, that's dangerous here.
Definitely.
Well,
What are we talking about today, guys?
Well, usually it's an update, but if I were severanced, if my brain was cut and I just was a work person, I have just gone up the elevator and then I've just come back down and here I am back on set. So you have missed nothing in my work life since the last time we did one of these videos. So, because I was gone. I was on vacation.
I haven't watched Severance. I don't know what that means.
You haven't watched Severance?
It's like you
so
have,
good.
you
You'd
have
love
an
it.
innie and an outie, and your innie, it just exists.
And
Not your belly
I
button.
get the idea. I just don't-
That's all you need to
You
know.
talked about some specific mechanics of
Basically,
the Severance.
Zach shot the last one, went on vacation, and then now is back. So like nothing has happened for Zach, is what he was trying to say. I, on the other hand, was at UKGE and had a blast. However, we didn't have we had some technical difficulties. Had to charge in US dollars. I think people forgave us, but it felt a little bit embarrassed to be the Americans charging in US dollars. But we worked it out.
I'm glad you worked it out.
And Zach wasn't there, so no peace signs were
Occasionally,
thrown.
Austin would message me trying to get help, and I was like, I don't know how to help you. And then he figured it out.
We figured it out. It went fine. But it was a very fun trip. I love going to the UK. I like London a lot more than Birmingham, but it's still fun to be there.
Wow.
Throwing
I
shade.
don't-
Okay, well, Birmingham beat Wrexham in soccer. So, well, excuse me, football. So,
Like while you were there?
No, just in general.
Okay.
Tom Brady versus Ryan Reynolds. You guys didn't see any of those?
Anyway, we today, I'm joining these two this week because we wanted to take a moment to talk about what the next year looks like, what the next 2 years look like, what the next
Maybe
3 years
next
look like.
10 years
Kind
look
of,
Well, getting ahead of ourselves.
we have conversations about like how we're going to release stuff and when we're going to release stuff and talk about that all the time. And I think we've forgotten to just to share all of this with you. Now, we're not going to talk about specific things that we're releasing, but I think maybe if we take a step back and look back in time a little bit, that's a good place to start.
We used to release one game a year.
Yes, we used to release one game a year.
And that's when I was the only full-time employee on the games, and then Katie joined.
Yep.
And then we started making more games.
And we started making some more games. And then we launched 2 games in 1 year, which I think was 2023.
Three?
And the very end of 2023, I guess, we also launched Moon Rollers.
Yeah. So it was Mythic Mischief was the second game that year, right? What was the first game?
Fractured Sky.
Fractured Sky, and then Mythic Mischief.
And Fractured Sky, Mythic Mischief,
Volume 2.
Volume 2.
Yeah.
and then Moon Rollers was in December. So I guess it was 3 years, three games that year. And then
Last year.
last year, 2024, we launched 4 games.
Veiled Fate.
And if you kind of like lump Moon Rollers was technically in 2023, but within a 12-month period, we launched 5 games.
Yeah,
And that was too much
it was.
for our current team and probably for you. that was a little too much, which is the conclusion that we came to.
I'm trying to remember if I can do them all. It was Veiled Fate expansions, Brink, Fractured Sky expansions, Tend, and then if you kind of count Moon Rollers.
Yes, not in that order, but yes, that was the correct projects. So where are we now? We are launching 3 games a year. We plan to launch 3 games a year, one about every 4 months for the foreseeable future. Feels like a cadence that makes sense with the current team that we have, and lets us make sure that we're providing the best service, making the best games. And so that's where we're at, right?
Yeah.
Except for the 3 other games. That
Right.
Tariff stuff.
That
Caveat.
had nothing to do with tariffs. Nothing to do with tariffs.
When we launched them, had to do with tariffs.
Caveat.
Still
We're
matter.
talking here about Kickstarter projects. We will probably start and continue launching more direct-to-market projects in between Kickstarter projects. Most likely small things like the 3 small games that were planned.
Scales of Fate, Time to Panic, and Graft.
Scales of Fate is not one of them, but
No, it's called
close
Pillars
enough.
Of Fate.
Nah, that's it. Pillars of Fate. Sorry. My brain's still in Mexico.
Yeah, so there will be some small games, maybe possibly an expansion, something
Yeah.
in there that comes direct to market, just like those 3 small games this year were supposed to be before the T word was announced.
Maybe some accessories, like a Moonraker's dice tower.
No, that's never going to happen.
I can dream.
Dozens of people will buy it.
I've had dozens of people tell me they would buy it.
And 4 of them are going to comment about it in this video.
Yeah, they are. That's why I said it.
Yeah.
Try to drum up some demand for the thing.
Anyway, that's what you can expect from us. You can expect 3 Kickstarter launches a year. The summer one, like Realm of Reckoning coming up right now, will most likely be the biggest one, the biggest game.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's up to us.
It's not entirely up to us. It's kind of literally up to, fundraising wise, up to you.
Yeah.
Game size, up to you two.
Sure, yes. And Max.
And
all of
Max.
us. It's a team
Don't ever
here.
forget Max.
It's a team here.
We've
I
never
would
forgotten Max on camera.
I don't even remember when I did that.
It was recently. We thanked the whole team after the
I
Scales
had
of
a
Fate
list of people-
campaign, and we didn't thank Max. And then I added Pauline, but I didn't add Max.
It's because we think about Max so much that we're just like, of course I said Max. Anyways. 3 campaigns.
And then
3
some.
campaigns.
Direct
and then maybe
releases.
some other things in between. But that is what you can expect. That's how we're thinking about it. And now that's how you can think about it.
I'm still jet lagged. I thought I was fine, but I yawned twice during that segment, and it wasn't because what you said was boring. It's just because it's like nighttime.
Zach, how was Mexico?
Mexico was nice. It was very nice. It was the nicest place we've ever stayed. And because we booked through Amex, they upgraded us to a beachfront suite
Ooh,
for
yeah.
free.
Beachfront.
Beachfront.
Beachfront. I heard beachfront.
No, I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
Gotta get
so-
those Amex Travel Fine Hotels and Resorts perks.
Yes. And also, I'm a spa man now. Big fan of the spa. So we did Sarah, my wife, booked a massage, which was wonderful. But then it was this wonderful pipeline of the steam room to the sauna to the cold plunge to the hot tub, and I did that every day, and it was great.
How do you feel about the cold plunge? Are you a cold plunge person now?
I thought it was pretty nice. It's brutal. I mean, it's very cold. I don't understand. There are other people there. I don't understand how they get in the water without going, huh, ho, like that. I can't. I have to
people
like,
just got in?
ooh. It's really intense. Other people, they're just. It's like a normal pool to them, and I'm just like, how? You guys
I think you
do
get
this?
used to it.
Yeah.
You get conditioned.
I'm just like I like just noises come out of my mouth when I get into the cold plunge, and other people are just, I don't know, they're just.
Did you keep your hands out? That's like the.
No,
Okay, so I
my hands were very cold.
yeah,
Should've
you
done that.
feel less cold if you keep your hands out of the water. That's
Are you gonna
a little cold plunge trick.
You're gonna make a spa themed board game now. It's like
No.
optimizing the path through the
Oh
spa.
yeah, that'd be for
attracting
optimal Zen
meeples to come to
mindfulness.
your spa versus other people's spa.
Yeah, no, it was nice.
I don't think that
I-
would sell very well.
Yeah, as you can see, I am not tan, which means I did not get burned. Because all I do is burn, or freckle, or stay this color.
Did you go in the ocean at all?
I did, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
It was nice.
That's
Very
fantastic. I'm happy for you. Happy you took some time off.
Yeah, it was nice. I'm out of practice set, relaxing. My kids also were not there, so it was just like, what am I doing? But it was very nice.
Cool.
And now we're back, and we're working on Realm of Reckoning.
Yeah.
We're working on the game that we really need to name.
I thought you named it.
We got 2 options.
I'm
Sam
really
doesn't like
not into either of them.
Well,
Well, we got 0 options.
you weren't into Realm of Reckoning, and then it just
I wasn't.
lived.
We'll see.
It,
We have a little time
Yes.
before we have to for sure make that decision.
Not
for Realm of Reckoning. No, we made that decision.
When you said we'll see, it sounded like you meant about Realm of Reckoning. We'll see.
We can always change it later.
Well, there have been games that had to change because of legal
no.
reasons. They're super late.
We
So
don't.
it can
We
happen.
don't have a lot of time. We need to make a logo for this game because we need to have
Oh.
a box for this game.
You're right, we don't have a lot of
I needed to have
time.
decided like weeks ago.
Should have come up with some better names.
You're welcome to try.
Wow.
I had a great name that I loved, and then
Oh yeah, our lawyer shot it down, right?
okay, but I found out that we could just slightly change the spelling and we're good.
Oh,
So, we
like
could talk
tech
about that.
startups.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
just like omit a letter.
Take
from,
all the vowels out.
from a word.
Sportify.
Yes, and then we've got our name. But we had a nice play test of it today.
We did.
Um,
Do you want to tell people what it is? Because right now they're just like.
oh yeah. I mean, well, we don't know the name, so we can't tell them what that is.
I meant the mechanics.
It's a medieval knights kind of theme. Like imagine King Arthur, but in our own universe. We're doing 2 new IPs this year: Realm of Reckoning and whatever this is.
You want to throw up a little sneak peek of one of the knights?
Sure, yeah. Here's one of the knights, illustrated by Glenn Thomas. He lives in Australia. We worked together many times throughout the years on advertising things, like things for, I don't know, your Amazon Alexa, for example. But now we're doing this. So the art's, I think, coming along very fun. It is a cooperative deck building game, very much inspired by Moonraker's Luminor, but kind of retooled for full co-op entirely.
And no digital
Yes, and no digital
component,
components.
yeah.
Full on
physical game.
physical game. So yeah, really, really fun world that we're building out here, and a lot of work to do for our fall-winter launch. Fall-winter?
Finter.
It's
I
right now
think it's
slated for October.
Beginning of October.
So that's fall. But the files are due pretty soon. So we have long lead time pieces that are due. That's due in the next couple weeks. I think usually those are miniatures or wood. The wood pieces were due before all the other pieces were due to our manufacturers. And we have some decisions to make. We were even talking today, do we do D6s or do we do D8s? So our next game, we're going to try some D8s.
Oh,
I prefer D8s.
Yeah, because you roll dice in the game, and they are the main threat against you, much like hazard dice and moon rollers,
Yeah.
or moonrakers, excuse me. And but we're 2 safe sides on a 6-sided dice is
much.
too easy. It's you're chucking them too often and just getting nothing. But 1 is too few.
Max especially just always rolls the safe side, whereas I don't think you rolled a single safe side the
think
entire
he's
last
cheating.
playtest. Yeah, he's setting the die while they're in the air.
In Tabletop Simulator, you can just keep rolling them, and you kind of can see what's happening. I think it's cheating.
Yep. I'm always tempted to do that in Build Fate with the Fate die or Fate coin, but I don't. Just to keep hitting R until you don't know what it is.
Do you have dice opinion? I feel like some people don't like certain die.
I don't like
No,
D3s.
I mean
Or D4s, excuse
D4s
me.
are kind
D4s.
of terrible, but I think that's universal. No one likes D4s.
No one likes D4s.
But sometimes you need them.
There are D5s, right?
If someone was breaking into my house, there are D5s, but they're really weird.
Oh, they're even more terrible than D4s?
D4s is a
D4s
pyramid.
is a pyramid.
A
like the
D5
D4s.
it doesn't have edges, and it's like a pentagon, but then it tapers off to where it cannot roll up.
Right.
So it's a very weird shape.
that's
It's not very
the
common.
weird one. I think that's the one I don't.
Well, no one,
it-
that's
no,
not
it
in the standard D&D set. So
Got
it's-
it.
But D4s, if someone's breaking into your house, excellent anti-theft.
yeah.
Just straight out of Home Alone.
Throw them on the ground.
Throw them on the ground. Especially if you have the precious stones ones, those things hurt.
Cool. I think this has been long enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Any
Do we have a mailbag?
final words? Oh,
I didn't assemble a mailbag, so we'll just roll over any questions for the next time.
Next mailbag.
But, hit us up with any questions, and we'll see you next time on this here weekly show that continues to be more and more weekly.
It is. I was proud of you for doing it while I was out of town. Good job.
You didn't do it while I was out of town.
You're right. I didn't need to because this is when you were out of town.
bye everyone.